Recently, in response to claims that there's an epidemic of sexual assault on campus, and that can be debated, many colleges passed rules and some states passed laws that are supposed to protect by defining the consent that's needed before a couple can have sex. California's law says consent must be ongoing throughout a sexual activity. That means, I guess, a woman must repeatedly say, yes, please proceed. I doubt many college students do that, and you young people in the audience are laughing at it, but it is the law. And it made me wonder how crazy this could get. So as a test, we invented a printed consent form that college kids would be required to sign before initiating sexual activity. And this would have to be signed by the initiating sexual partner and the non-initiating sexual partner. It governs hand-holding, kissing, petting. We took these to one of the top-ranked universities in the country, Columbia University, where we assumed students would laugh at it. It was meant to be a joke, but few laughed. Most took it seriously.
Do you think that colleges involve themselves too much in what goes on in your sex life?
No, I think that they don't involve themselves enough.
Something needs to be done. I'm not sure that this is the right way, but I think that women need more protection.
It could come to this. I would hope that it wouldn't have to come to this, but I mean, at this rate, who knows?
Now, some women who I know would say, look, women get raped on campus.
Right.
What's the harm of these consent laws?
Well, I'm of the radical opinion that I want rapists to be put in jail, not kicked out of school. And we've taken the exact wrong attitude about how we handle this issue, and the affirmative consent approach is the worst of all. So California passes this rule that essentially means you are guilty until proven innocent. Oh, and by the way, you can't actually prove yourself innocent. Because by its plain language...
Unless you tape recorded the whole event.
You'd have to tape record literally the entire thing from beginning to end. Because if you only taped a portion of it, that wouldn't necessarily be ongoing consent. So just an incredibly foolish idea to pass something that's so broad that it turns everybody potentially into a rapist and then just trust power only to punish the ones who are actually guilty. That's crazy.
And yet you say 1,400 schools have these requirements.
Every school now, I think every state school in New York and every school in California.
Yet the kids must laugh at it. I can't believe anybody having sex gets repeated consent.
That's what I find so strange. Is there such
If you believe it here, would you? Is this a good thing? Nobody. All right.
It's such an incredible trust in power. It's kind of like, okay, sure, I'm guilty. Like you can find me guilty any time of rape if you want, administrators, but I trust you. That's a bad thing. That's bad thinking there.
Thank you, Greg Lukianoff. Coming up, while I'm skeptical about victimhood, this girl has a right to call herself a victim. And you'll hear some surprising things from her.